Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Shamor, and as always, we're going to go over my top picks on the English Premier League games coming up this weekend. Let's get it. Now, the first game we're going to be discussing is Chelsea versus Luton Town. Now, due to the fact that Chelsea suffered a 3-1 loss against West Ham in their previous game, Chelsea will definitely aim to record their first win of the season when they played against Luton Town coming up this weekend. Now, Luton Town, on the other hand, experienced all sorts of issues in their defense in their season opener against Brighton. Now, because of this, Chelsea will definitely want to take advantage of this perfect opportunity for them to record their first win of the season. Now, let's get into the top picks. So my top picks for this game is for Nicholas Jackson to score anytime during this game, for Raheem Sterling to provide at least one assist, and for Chelsea to win the first half of the game. Now, the reason for these top picks would Nicholas Jackson actually looked pretty good in the game against West Ham, even though they suffered a loss. He was definitely a key player for Chelsea, and this is a perfect opportunity for him to put his name on the scoring sheet for this season. Raheem Sterling also looked pretty good. He definitely created a lot of problems in the final third in the West Ham defense, and I do see him doing the same thing for this game. So it's only natural to see him actually either scoring or providing an assist in this game. And I am more likely leaning towards him actually providing an assist in this game. And then for the final pick, Chelsea winning the first half of the game. So I do think Chelsea will score the first goal in the game and they will actually win the first half. And that is why I went with Chelsea to win the first half of this game. So those are my top picks for the Chelsea and Luton Town game. Let's get into the next game. So the next game we're going to be covering is Bournemouth versus Tottenham. Now, Tottenham will look to return to their winning ways after their 2-goal win against Manchester United. Oh, I'm so disappointed in Manchester United in that game. Manchester United is my team, and to see them lose is definitely a big disappointment. But Tottenham has definitely proven their worth so far, and even though Harry Kane is no longer at the club, it has definitely opened up other key players to actually shine in the club. Bournemouth, however, failed to secure a point against Liverpool in their previous game, and no, it does not get any easier for them facing up against Tottenham this weekend. So let's get into the top picks, or let's get into my top picks. So my top picks for this game is over 2 goals, over 9 corners, and under 6 cards in this game in total. Pretty much straight to the point. This game will definitely be filled with goals. I do see Tottenham scoring and winning this game, but I'm predicting for over 2 goals in this game. And due to the fact that it's going to be a very competitive game, they're playing at Bournemouth's home stadium, and it's not going to be easy for Tottenham to just walk in and get a win. So my prediction is for a lot of corners to be kicked in this game, which obviously will equate to a lot of shots as well. So over 9 corners is definitely the way to go for this game. I do predict for more than 9 corners to be kicked based on those facts. Now, under 6 cards to be kicked in this game, even though it will be a very competitive game, I do not predict for over 5 cards in this game. So those are my top picks. Let's get into the next game. So the next game we're going to be talking about is Brentford versus Crystal Palace. Now, Brentford has been playing fairly well, even without key striker Ivan Toney, who has been suspended since last season. Crystal Palace, however, suffered a 1-goal loss against Arsenal, and honestly, seeing that Brentford has turned their home stadium in a literal fortress, I do not see this looking very good for Crystal Palace. So let's get into my top picks for this game. So my top picks for this game is both teams to score over 9 corners and over 12.5 shots for Brentford. Now, even though the game will be a tough one for Crystal Palace, I do see them actually securing at least 1 goal in this game, but I don't see them actually winning the game. So the smart thing to go with is for both teams to score in this game. And it will be a very tight, competitive game. So I do also predict for over 9 corners to be kicked in this game, and that is also guaranteed. Now, due to the fact that they will be playing at Brentford's home stadium, I do predict for Brentford to take majority of these shots or to actually try to take control of the game. My prediction is for Brentford strikers to kick at least over 12.5 shots in this game in total. So those are my top picks. Let's get into the next game. So the next game we're going to be talking about is Arsenal versus Fulham. Now, the Gunners kicked off their new Premier League season in style, and no doubt they will want to keep their 100% winning record intact when they face off against Fulham coming up this weekend. Mikel Arteta's men seems determined to win their first Premier League trophy since 2004. Fulham, however, experienced all sorts of problems in the defense after their 3-goal loss against Brentford in their previous game. Now, based on those statistics, it definitely does not look good for Fulham. So let's get into my top picks. So my top picks for this game is for Saka to provide at least 1 assist in the game, for over 25.5 shots in the game in total for both teams combined, for over 8 shots on target for this game for both teams combined, and for under 11 corners in this game. So not gonna really get into the top picks too much. It definitely does speak for itself. So those are my top picks for this game, and let's get into the next game. Also, if you find this video helpful, definitely go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos just like this. So next game we're going to be covering is Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. Now, Manchester United and Nottingham Forest are two teams that have entirely different ambitions for this season. Manchester United are looking to finish in the top 4 of this season, but of course they would have to return to their winning ways in order to have any hope of qualifying for the Champions League for this season. Nottingham Forest, however, are eager to secure another win for this game, but seeing that their opponent is Manchester United, I honestly do not see that happening. So let's get into the top picks. So my top picks for the Manchester United and Nottingham Forest is for Manchester United to win the first half of the game, for Rashford to score anytime during the game, and for over 10 corners. Let's talk about it. So I do believe Manchester United will win this game, and I do think they will actually score within the first half of this game. And obviously with Manchester United winning the first half, that will continue throughout the rest of the game. Now for the second pick, Rashford to score anytime during the game. Rashford has definitely been a key player for Manchester United since the last season. He has had an excellent season last season. And I do believe this will be a perfect opportunity for Rashford to actually get his name on the score sheet for this season. So yes, I do believe Rashford will score anytime during this game. Over 10 corners, yes. So I do think this will be a goal-filled game, or a game where Manchester United will dominate possession and also dominate obviously shots in the final third. So I do see a lot of corners being accumulated with this game. So those are my top picks for the Manchester United and Nottingham Forest game. Get into the next game. Next game is Everton versus Wolves. Now, Everton and Wolves face off this weekend in the Premier League, and what is expected to be a very close game. A very, very close game. Now, Everton started off their Premier League season very poorly after losing to Fulham and Aston Villa in their first 2 games of the season. Now, Wolves, however, experienced all sorts of problems in their defense after their 4-1 loss against Brighton, And seeing how important this game is for Everton, I do see Everton definitely giving Wolves a run for their money. Now, let's get into the topic. Now, my top picks for the Everton and Wolves game is for over 26.5 shots in the game in total for both teams combined, and for over 7.5 shots on target in total also for both teams combined in this game. So let's talk about it. So because it's a very close game, it's really hard to predict which team will actually come out with a win. And honestly, I do believe there will be goals in this game. I just don't know how much it will be. It could be 2-2, it could be 2-2, it could be 0-all, it could be 1-all. It really could be anything. So the best thing to go with is I can guarantee you that there will be a lot of shots in this game because it's going to be a very close, competitive game. Both teams are going to want to win. So I do predict for over 26 shots in this game because of just the competitiveness. And for the second pick, over 7.5 shots on target in this game. Now you have two teams that wants to score, so it's only natural to say over 7.5 for both teams combined. I personally think that can definitely happen. I do think they're gonna go way over that, but that's just the baseline for this game. So those are my top picks. Let's get into the next game. So the last but certainly not least game we'll be covering today is Brighton and West Ham. Now Brighton will look to build on their back-to-back wins over Luton Town and Wolves when they face off against West Ham this season. Brighton is definitely likely to stick to their attacking style of play for this game. West Ham, however, on the other hand, did remarkably well against Chelsea in their previous game, but seeing that important defender Nayef Aguerd will miss the trip to Brighton, I'm predicting for Brighton to actually take this one home. So my top picks for this game is over 2 goals, Brighton to win by 2 or more goals, over 30 shots, and over 10.5 shots on target. So now let's talk about it. So Brighton, as I said before, will definitely stick to an attacking style play of football, and because of this, I do foresee 2 or more goals in this game. Now, because of that fact, I do foresee plenty of goals being scored in this game easily. So over 2 goals definitely recommended. And just to tie into that, with goals come shots. So I'm also predicting for over 30 shots to be kicked in this game. Yes, it's going to be a very competitive, action-filled game. So I'm predicting for over 30 shots in this game. And Brighton has been very good as it pertains to shots on target so far, based on what I've checked. But I'm foreseeing for over 10 shots on target for this game in total for both teams combined. And for the total shots, those are also for both teams combined as well. And yes, so those are my top picks for the Brighton and West Ham game. Once again, guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you find those tips helpful, definitely go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel so you will never miss another video. See you in the next one.